Hi, YouTube. We're back with Roottreemania. I'm not good at the game, but I'm enjoying it a lot. So, I think when we left off, I only had one more profile left before we got like another 4 or whatever. Where did we leave off? Hudson guy. I forgot about this man. I want to say something about this man, but I can't because I'm in the first like 30 seconds of the YouTube video and I'll get demonetized. Give me like 2 or 3 minutes, I'll say it. Joanna Robertson, secretary. I think I had the wrong last name for her. Mary Beth Quaker. Knox. Oh, I need a photo of Beth Knox, the secretary. Who else did I have? Oh, was that it? Oh, that might have been it. Okay, so I still need 2 more. I'm not answering that until like the 3-minute mark because I don't want to get demonetized. Okay. Before I get into anything serious, someone on YouTube in the comments told me to search beef baby again. Printing beef, don't delete. Wait, what? Even after solving the original root tree mystery, the thought of beef baby has stuck with you. It consumes your every waking moment. You must track down a copy. You email the reviewer who saw the Floozies live, and you offer her money. Too much money. At first, she doesn't believe you. Who in their right mind would pay a few $1,000s for a stupid song from a no-name band? 1,000? Few thousand? Someone who earned a whole lot of extra money by completing a family tree, that's who. When the check clears, she has no choice. Beef baby is finally yours. We can listen to it. Hold on. Turn that shit up. Did I just write the song of the summer? She sings it so fast. Better believe it, baby. Beef, baby. You and I got beef, baby. I think she wrote the song of the summer. I don't know. I think she wrote the song of the summer. That's really funny. That is very funny. Beep, baby, you're not gonna be baby. How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? Okay. Do these not get... You know who I wanted to Google was anonymom? We haven't Googled anonymom yet. How now, beef baby? It's too hot still. Let's Google anonymom. Jane Doe Root Tree. In July, an anonymous woman who the press began to refer to as anonymom appeared in interviews with her face and voice disguised. She claimed that an affair with a root tree led to the birth of her daughter, aka Jane Doe Root Tree. If true, this would make her daughter yet another secret root tree, and therefore entitled to a share of the Clementines trust. Nobody knew it at the time, but this would turn out to be the last chapter in the Roottreemania saga. As more and more of anonymom's story came out, people began to notice how much it echoed 5 Ps in nearly every significant way. Oh, this was the one where they took a DNA test and the daughter was not a root tree. This final event caused public disappointment, smugness from doubters, and countless accusations of the entire deal. Okay, let's look into anonymom. I'm still curious because I feel like it might still connect to something else. Anonymom was the second high-profile case after Felix Fellows of a potential new root tree. What is this? Oh, okay. Being added to the Clementines trust. Instead of claiming herself a root tree, however, she claimed she'd slept with Guy Hudson, who hasn't. Who hasn't at this point? And that her daughter was a root tree. The accusation came during the height of Roottreemania and began with a brief TV interview. She appeared in the shadows with a disguised voice and promoted an article about herself in Newstime. This is important. We can look up that periodical. In the TV interview and the article, she referred to her daughter as Jane Doe Rootree. The name anonymom was not self-inflicted. It seemed to spring up organically because nobody knew how else to refer to her. The day after the Newstime article, Sam Matson publicly supported Anonymom due to some parts of the story she found particularly credible. Sam Matson is the author of the Root Tree book. With the momentum from Sam's endorsement, Anonymom went on a media blitz. Ultimately, this backfired. As more details came out, people became skeptical of her story due to the extreme similarity to 5Ps. Her accusation even included many of the same details as his mother's story. This included her job, secretary, and the time period, late 70s. We could look at the work stuff again. The work logs. After fumbling the 5-piece story so publicly, the Root Trees were more prepared to handle all Clementines trust-related cases. Within a week, a DNA test proved that Anonymom's daughter could not be related to the Root Trees. This was announced at a joint press conference with lawyers representing both Anonymom and the Root Trees. Each party ensured their respective clients provided accurate samples. Immediately after the negative results were released, many of those who had already been skeptical felt vindicated. Others who had built up hope that history could repeat itself after 5Ps felt duped. Many people suspected the whole affair had been a hoax to gain fame and money. Many demanded that Anonymom be held accountable, and some people even began to attempt to track down her true identity. There's so much text in this. Don't get me wrong, I like reading, but this is a lot, you know? The Root Tree Company felt pressured to put out a second statement to try to curb some of the backlash, even going so far as to say, though it was scientifically proven that Jane Doe Root Tree is not a root tree, this doesn't mean that her mother and Guy Hudson were not involved in an affair. She had every right to make her claim, as it has been verified that her stories about Guy Hudson were not exaggerations. Please leave their family alone. Many people claim this high-profile anticlimax and public backlash was the beginning of the end for Roottreemania, since much of the fun was the shared fascination about secret root trees. Others think that, like any fad, it just ran its course naturally. Regardless, this was the final notable event related to the release of 6 pieces, and things soon went back to normal. Jane Doe Root Tree has already been eliminated as a potential new root tree by the company's lawyers, who are the ones verifying your work. Anonymom's affair does not appear on your updated tree. Okay. So the thing I wanted to say about Guy Hudson, this man has been sucking and fucking. Look at all of these affairs. Just be single. Why get married? Just be single? This guy has been sucking and fucking, and he has all these illegitimate children. Bruh. So who were his okay, so he didn't have any children with Patricia Jones, who was his wife. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 7, but at least 5 kids. Maybe 7. Because the thing is, this could be tied to the cheater's spouse or whatever. I don't know. Sucking and fucking. Jesus Christ. Okay, so let's look up the news time thing, because that seems important. We could do news time anonymom. Ooh, a Jane Doe photo. That seems important. An anonymous woman appeared on the cover of Newstime holding a picture of her daughter, Jane Doe Rootree. The first and only mention of the phrase anonymom in Newstime came the week after, when they issued an apology for featuring her in the first place. Summary of the initial cover article has been added to your evidence. The thing is, why is it here if it's not important, you know? Hi, Yusuf, how are you? Good to see you, honey. This has to be important. He could do the same single, so why get married? And see, that's my question. Just don't get married. Oh, Jesus. Okay, lock in. We have more reading. It was determined through a DNA test that Anonymom's daughter was not a Rootree. This article, which did refer to her daughter as Jane Doe Rootree, but did not coin the phrase anonymom, came before all that right around the time of her first TV interview. This is a summary. Chat, lock the fuck in. You better be taking notes. The sound that I need to hear right now, besides complete silence, is this. Okay? Lock in. We're trying to solve this family tree. An anonymous woman appeared on the cover of Newstime shortly after 5Ps was confirmed to be a member of the Rootree family. In an homage to the previous cover, she holds a photo of her daughter. Unlike 5Ps, she wished to remain anonymous and both photos were obscured. Then why hold the photo? You know what? It's fine. The anonymous woman claimed to have had an affair with Guy Hudson while she was working as a secretary. Get in line. You're not the only one. I also had an affair with Guy Hudson. She and another woman were hired at the same time during a transition period while many of the secretaries that had worked under Zach Morden were already gone. She says that she and the other woman were both underqualified as neither had typewriter experience. That's important. According to other staff members interviewed, Guy had his own requirements for hiring women. Double D's, no waist, thick BBL ass, painted toenails, no earlobes, no body hair, perfect facial structure, Botox, lip filler, cheek injections, buccal fat removal, liposuction, belly button reduced surgery, eyebrow enhancer, eyeball whitener, non-existent gag reflex. How much time do you have? Guy Hudson liked to throw lavish parties, and the longer he was president, the more excuses he found. The anonymous woman posits that these parties mostly seemed to be an excuse to have after parties at Guy's home, featuring much more alcohol and other substances. She claims she slept with him at one of these after parties. She confronted Guy when she found out she was pregnant. Guy didn't seem fazed, and they came to an arrangement. Guy didn't seem fazed. He was like, oh, another one. Add it to the list. He paid her a significant amount of hush money on a recurring basis under the table. She used it to move away and start a new life with her daughter. When Guy died, the money stopped coming, and she assumed things had run their course. She went back to work at the department store and hoped that nobody would ever look too closely at how she paid for her house. She told everyone that her daughter's father walked out one day and never came back. She claimed that after seeing the fantastic article in Newstime, she realized that she wasn't the only one this happened to. While she never worked at the Rootree company at the same time as 5P's mother, Joanna. Okay, so it wasn't Joanna. It was a different secretary. Their stories seemed eerily similar, and she knew Felix was telling the truth right away. The article presented no tangible evidence of the anonymous woman's time at Rootree, and all the payments were allegedly made in cash. However, using details that she provided to Newstime, their reporters were able to reach out to the other woman hired at the same time, who also remained anonymous. They successfully fact-checked the timeline of both women and confirmed the existence of the infamous after-parties. 5P's case was strengthened, and this news story was subsequently published. Okay, so anonymom, damn it. It's the enter that gets me. Anonymom and other secretary started at same time, not same time as Joanna. Is there a setting that makes it so that enter doesn't like, no, there's not. Every time I hit enter, it closes the note, but I'm trying to, whatever. Start at the same time as Joanna, at the same time, not same time as Joanna. Neither can use typewriters. Okay. So her daughter looks like an adult. This could have been here. She didn't say she was married. Dang, another baby? That's fine. Bro, you can really tell. Okay, just so y'all know before anyone like reports this, I'm wearing shorts underneath. I was not built to wear skirts. I was not built to wear skirts. I sit like femshep all the time. Just shows everything. I'm just free balling, you know? Okay, so they said anonymom does not appear. Anonymom does not appear on the tree. Anonymom's affair does not appear on the tree. So it feels like anonymom's affair is just like leading me to this other secretary that had the same thing that also might have had a kid. So where is company records? So, okay. Joanna, I feel like I need to write this down. Joanna Roberts, Juliet McCullen, Joanna Robertson, Doris Mays, Beth Knox. So they did not start at the same time. In 75, 76. Christine Farrow was hired. That's pronounced Farrow, right? Skirts were not built for Twitch and they were not built for me. I sit like Elle from Death Note. Oh, is that the, like knees up to your chest, like shrimp mode? That's shrimp mode. Okay. Joanna Fellows and Beth Knox are no longer employed at Roottreemania. Christine Farrow was hired in 76. But no longer listed secretary, but Christine Garland has been hired. So I don't think this is it. Secretaries. Beatrice Watts and Corinne Schwartz were both hired. But Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing were also hired. Okay, hold on. Let's copy these and put them in the notes because this seems important. And then Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing. Can I say, whoever told me to just give it up and start searching all periodicals, I love you. I'm so glad I started doing that. I was like, it'll feel like I'm cheating. No, it's great. It's great. Were there any other two that started at the same time? Corinne Schwartz and Beatrice Watts are no longer employed. Oh, Linda Lewis and Angela Ingram were hired also. Lisa Lewis. Linda Lewis. Lisa Lewis and Linda Lewis. Could they be related? Angela Ingram were hired. We gotta Google all these people. Nothing gets past me. Okay, so after this, it doesn't matter because Guy Hudson has passed away. So it's in one of these three documents. Okay. I'm always hunching over my breast like a dead. It's because it's so comfortable. I love shrimping out. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. Beatrice Watts. Beatrice Watts. No. Corinne Schwartz. Ooh, okay. Corinne Schwartz comes up in a few articles from local news stations in Pennsylvania. Some of the people attempting to track down anonymom were harassing her. Ooh. She recently had to take a leave of absence because people showed up at the car dealership where she works. She is begging people to stop the accusations so that she can get back to a normal life. In every article you find, the journalists involved have independently verified that she is not anonymom. That's fine. Local news stations in Pennsylvania. Corinne Schwartz resides in Pennsylvania, though it appears she lives beyond the Butler County limits. After she was named in a national tabloid, people have come to her place of work and accused her of being anonymom. The article explains that it's impossible for her to be anonymom because her only child is still in middle school. Unless her son's gestation period was approximately 10 years, it doesn't appear like Corinne would have been involved. Okay, so it's not these two. It's cool that they made like a whole thing for it though. So it's not these two. Let's try Lisa Lewis. No. Valerie Ewing. No. Linda Lewis? No. Angela Ingram. Kaylin, you would fucking love this game. You would eat this shit up. It's a genealogy puzzle. So you're trying to solve this whole family tree. I'm not gonna scroll up because the family tree is bigger and I beat the main game and this is the free DLC, so I don't wanna spoil the family tree for you, but it's fucking huge. Hold on, maybe if I move really fast, you can't see. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! It's so much fun. Kaylin, you would love it. Not the final boss. Oh, Nami! Happy early birthday in advance. Hope you get spoiled rotten. But it's a genealogy puzzle. It's a rich family, and a chunk of the family died, and so now they need to determine who is who so that they know who is actually a root tree and can get part of the inheritance. Kaylin, it's cunt. It's cunty. It's really cunt. Okay, I'm gonna try searching the periodicals also, and I think I'm just gonna search all, because I can't be bothered. Lisa Lewis, Linda Lewis, Valerie Ewing, Angela Ingram. Okay, so what the hell? Neither of them could use typewriters. Does it say anything about the typewriters? Secretaries. Oh, 1978, Guy Hudson took over. Wait, did she say she started under Zach? I feel like I read something where Zach was mentioned. She and another woman were hired at the same time during a transition period while many of the secretaries that had worked under Zach Morton were already gone. They were both underqualified, neither had typewriter experience. So transition, does that mean... Does that mean... What does that mean? Most of the people that worked under Zach were already gone. It was announced that Zach would be retiring, Guy would take over in 1977. Started in 1978. So 76 and 77. Hired, no longer listed as sex secretary. No longer employed, no longer listed amongst the secretaries, but a Christine Garland had been hired. In 1978, Guy Hudson took over. This began a particularly volatile... Okay. So it's not these two. Or it could... No. Christine Garland left. Juliet McCullough, Doris Mays left. Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing were hired. This feels like it's this because it was during a transition period. Oh, during a transition period. Could be 78. Susan Ford was hired under a special category that only existed for 1 year, special services interpreter. I feel like an interpreter would have to know. Jesus, this is insane. Wouldn't an interpreter have to know how to type? Doesn't look super Steam Deck friendly. No, it's not. It's really not. It's definitely a PC game, but it slaps. You and I are on the same wavelength where we're like, can the Steam Deck run it? Can the Steam Deck run it? They were both... They were both secretaries. Where did... Oh. Working as a secretary, she and another woman were hired at the same time during a transition period while many of the secretaries that had worked under Zach Morton were already gone. That makes me think it's... Well, Beatrice Watts came up with nothing, and Corinne Schwartz came up as like, oh, it's not her. So does that mean it's Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing? Lisa Lewis, Valerie Ewing. Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing are no longer employed at Roottreemania. So they worked there for 2 years. Did she say? I don't know, because I Googled them all and nothing came up. Guy was living that life. Guy was sucking and fucking. Guy was, in fact, sucking and fucking. Other notable events. Anonymom, Roottreemania, 5 Ps, Clark Rafferty LaRue. Have we looked up Clark Rafferty LaRue? We read this already. What about periodicals? Business Watch. Clark Rafferty LaRue, as well as Ruby Sprat and her company Ruby Legal Enterprises, were featured in Business Watch after the company took over as keepers of the Clancy Trust. We read this too. We read this too. Who's Ruby Sprat? Ruby Sprat, like her legal company, is relatively elusive. The most complete source of information you can find from before her time with the Roottrees is from a website for a magazine owned by a major airline. She was the subject of one article from a recurring series about modern-day success stories. Ruby grew up in foster care but excelled at school and earned a scholarship to study at Mideastern University. There she graduated at the top of her legal class, was quickly hired as a lawyer for a prominent firm. There are a few high-profile corporate-involved cases that she was a part of. One was a legal consultant for a class action lawsuit against a manufacturer of steering wheel covers. Another was to help a local gas station chain in her hometown of Portland. Hometown of Portland. We have a Portland magazine with the rollout of a promotion that allowed gas station customers the ability to bet on the price of gas. The blurb ends by calling her new firm a double threat. Her company's services are a cross between traditional lawyer and PR manager. So they mentioned the airline the magazine owned by a major airline. But I don't think anything came up, did it? Ooh. Oh. Who's Cicely Sanchez? Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let's start with Portland. Ruby Sprat was featured in the Portland Telegraph when she was in high school in an article called Local Teen Making Change for Foster Care System. According to the article, Ruby Sprat grew up in the foster care system, was apparently the valedictorian of her school, and was as a Girl Scout who, at the time of the article, was earning her Gold Award. This required a project to help the community, and Ruby chose to raise money to build a fountain she called Foster Fountain. How's a fountain gonna help kids? Ruby, how's a fountain gonna help kids? The fountain has a few small pedestals that stick up high above the water. People are expected to toss coins into the fountain for good luck and will be encouraged to aim for the top of the pedestals. All the coins scraped from the bottom are slated to be donated to Portland's... Oh, okay, that's kind of sweet. That's really sweet. A coalition of local businesses that sponsor the fountain have committed to matching any of the donations that successfully land on the targets. Oh, that's really cute. Okay, that's sweet. That's sweet. Hi, JoJo. Who is Cicely Sanchez? Newstime briefly covered a lawsuit between Ruby Sprat and Piketty magazine surrounding Cicely Sanchez. They said that Cicely didn't have the rights to redistribute the photos in the magazine of Guy Hudson. Oh! This came up last time we played. Piketty apparently announced that they would be pulling their issue the following day, the moment that Ruby Legal Enterprises threatened them. This caused the issue to sell faster than any other in the magazine's history, though only for a day. Even people that would never have normally purchased it went out of their way to buy one just in case it would be worth something someday. It especially caught the eye of conspiracy theorists who assumed that anything worth suing over would have to be hiding something. An expert legal analyst from News Times states that it was unlikely that Ruby could have had the story pulled if it had gone to court, and Piketty likely got more eyes on it than it would have if the Rootrees just ignored the story. And then we read the Business Watch one. Cicely Sanchez. Piketty? Piketty had an article about a canceled book by Cicely Sanchez. The book's subject was Guy Hudson. Issue was said to contain pictures that Cicely did not have the rights to publish. The version of... Oh, we downloaded this. I need to find that copy. Yeah, I don't... How much money do wishing fountains make? Although this game is set in the 90s, so, like, it makes sense. But, like, I don't carry cash. Y'all think I got coins? I do not have coins. Portrait of a Changed Man. I feel like this is part of our stuff, isn't it? Bess Williams. It was this one. Cicely Sanchez. Basselbub? The magazine was issued a cease and desist by the Rootree lawyers. Magazine was pulled from shelves, and the version you found in your periodical search had the relevant pages removed. Basselbub. Can I search Basselbub? Portrait of a Changed Man. Cicely Sanchez. Oop. Foreign Gospel. Right, we read this. Okay, what if I search Basselbub? Is that how it was spelled? It was. Does the fountain take crypto? Do you guys take Bitcoin? What if I search Basselbub in the periodicals? No? I need those photos. I need those photos. Oh, man. This is so hard. Should I move on to, like, other parts? Because maybe Guy Hudson's is, like, too much right now. You know? Oh, we could still look into Beth Knox. Beth Knox. Okay, well, fuck me, I guess. Okay, well, never mind. Beth is short for Elizabeth, right? What if I search Elizabeth? Great, we're on a roll. We're on a roll. Can I take a photo of the plated loaf? Also, this says it has 2 things in it. Conscripted to bake the army's bread. Who was conscripted to the army? I don't remember any of the Rootrees being conscripted to the army. remember any of them going into the army. Miracle became a preacher. Elias's job was being old. And Guy Hudson was a little busy. He was a little too busy for the military. Flora and Yates. Flora and Yates. I know they're trying to say like flour, yeast, haha. She loved his salt and pepper beard. He adored her rosemary cheeks. Who had a salt and pepper beard? That's not really a beard, is it? Is this a beard? A little busy. Occupation? Fucking whore. Guy Hudson's occupation? Ran through whore. Ran through fucking whore. Holy shit. I don't remember ever seeing a photo of Elias with a beard. Men in the chat, is this a beard? Because I'm wondering if this is about Mary Beth. Because she looks young. She looks like she was young when she had. For 15-year-old me, yeah, that's a sick beard. No? Okay. Conscripted to bake the army's bread by the oil of the lamp, Flora's tears began to salt her bread. By the oil of the lamp? See, that's why I feel like this is Elias, because that was from like 1921. Did they have electricity in 1921? Hey, Google, when was electricity invented?
Electricity wasn't invented in the way a tangible object like a telephone or a car was.
This answer's too long. When did we start using electricity? Okay, that told me nothing. Stubble. It was 10 to 12 years later that they met again, seemingly by fate. Unique Doe had earned her a position at the king's personal baker. The king's personal baker. Yates had found success as well. He baked for the kingdom's 45 diplomats. 45 diplomats. One day they returned from the Dutch Isles with a gift. 450 unbaked loaves, and were sent to the palace bakery to teach a method that required no kneading. Reading the sentence, they'd miss their final chance to bake together, makes me sick. I feel fucking sick. We've missed our chance to bake together. They worked together to shape the future. They twisted and entwined in their doughs and baked them as one. Thus was born a plated loaf. The king's decree on royal parchment was that it would be considered a delicacy. Bankrolled by the king, they traveled for 45 years and settled down for 15 more. Their souls were golden, no regrets. I still don't know what that tells me. I'm a little stuck. I'm a little stuck right now because I just can't find any information. And like some of these names you got to put in like manually, so I can't just Google them for funsies. You know? This is hard. I will, Zoe, thank you. I have Joanna, I have Mary Beth, I have Sterling Edison. I want to know more about Beth Knox. She was in here in the beginning. Beth Knox, secretary. Beth Knox 50-year work anniversary bonus. $50,000. There's no other information other than her retirement. She's not in here. Jesus. Grandorf Dove donation? What the fuck? The Grandorf School for the Deaf, formerly Grandorf Dove, is located about an hour from where the Roottreemania offices used to be in Butler County, but it serves much of that part of Pennsylvania and nearby Ohio. According to their website, it was formerly named Grandorf Dove from 1923 to 1990 because Grandorf was the last name of the founder, and Dove is the Danish word for dead. Or deaf, sorry. Danish. Didn't Danish come up with the bread? I'll read it again. Dove is the Danish word for deaf. The founder had issues with government translators, leading to an odd transcription issue. In 1990, it was renamed to better represent the school's purpose and to correct the embarrassing lack of effort and awareness demonstrated by the government officials in those early days. The staff is listed on the website. You can scan through all of the biographies and find that the principal, Miss Ford, is fluent in 5 languages, including ASL. She has been working at the school for over 15 years. Miss Ford's bio also mentions she is not deaf herself, but rather learned sign language to communicate with the deaf. It mentions that she was responsible for securing funding for the Hudson wing. We found another whore. We found another whore. Hudson wing, Miss Ford. The Hudson wing was an expansion to Grandorf Dove, now Grandorf School for the Deaf, first built in 1982. It's a separate, much smaller building, half a block from the main campus, and operates as a smaller independent school that offers free ASL courses for the family members, friends, and caretakers of deaf children. According to their history site, they got their name after the president of the Roottreemania Company generously donated $250,000 towards the construction of the building. There's also a very vague history section that you can somewhat fill in with details from the other information you've seen about the school. It mentions that the donation came at the insistence of an employee of Roottreemania at the time. It mentions that she learned ASL from the main school before the Hudson wing even existed to surprise her future husband, who was deaf. After realizing how useful a service like this could be to non-deaf people that wish to better serve those with hearing issues, she convinced Roottreemania management to invest in the school. She fucking slayed. She fucking slayed. She was like, "Hey guy, I'll fuck you if you donate $250,000 to build this building for the school so that people can learn ASL." I'm kind of on this whore's side. The Hudson wing opened and she became the first teacher at the new campus. At first, it only operated on weekends, but since then it has added afternoon classes. Okay, so her last name was Ford. She was an employee at the time, first built in 1982. Okay, Grandorf Dove ASL building, built 1982, Miss Ford, deaf husband. She said, "I'll suck and fuck for the deaf people, for the deaf community. I'm going to suck and fuck for deaf people." Grandorf Dove. Oh, is this the same? If I search Grandorf Dove and Grandorf School, is it the same? Yes. Okay. So it was built in 1982. So she, oh, it was made in 1981. Okay. Okay. So is there a Ford here? Or would she not be Miss Ford if she was married? And it just said she was an employee. It didn't say what she did. Rafford Tunes is now listed as office staff. Call that fucktivism ethical whoring. Do you guys remember when Australia had those crazy wildfires and that woman who was like an OnlyFans model, she raised money for she raised like $2 million for the wildfires by selling nudes. The way we could solve world hunger. Just sell nudes. Oh my God. Let's see. Susan Ford. Susan Ford was hired. Oh, interpreter! Interpreter! She's the interpreter we were just talking about. Susan Ford. Susan Ford, were you sucking and fucking? Susan Ford, show yourself. Let's do Grandorf Dove. Grandorf Dove was a school for the deaf near Butler and was regularly listed in articles with other local schools. The Butler County Times archives includes what seems like an endless list of snow cancellations, extracurricular activities, and weekend events that began over 70 years ago and stretched until the last mention in 1990. Amongst the avalanche of useless information, you almost miraculously discover one useful article. Grandorf Dove was at the center of a crime article from 1982. It seems that someone defaced the school and vehicles outside the brand new Hudson wing of the school. Oh, that sucks. There were multiple broken windows, and one of the teacher's cars was painted with profanities and accusations of infidelity. Susan Ford fucked that man. Susan Ford fucked that man. And I, Thomas Hughes? And was a former student at the school, so he might be deaf. And she was pregnant. Chat, lock in. Excuse me, lock in. Hi, Rakewood, thank you so much. It feels good to be back and like feeling better. I'm still a little coffee, but I feel great. A few weeks later, a follow-up article provides more details. There was one arrest, Thomas Hughes, who was coincidentally a former student at the school. Apparently, the destruction came weeks after he married the school's newest teacher, Mrs. Hughes. She was not a teacher when he went. He graduated a few years earlier. According to the reporter's investigation into the police reports, trials, and restraining orders, Mr. Hughes was convinced that he was not the father of Mrs. Hughes' current pregnancy. I bet you anything that's Susan Ford. Susan Ford was her maiden name, and she changed to Hughes when she got married. He was released on bail, and the school has agreed not to press criminal charges after an agreement was made to pay for the damages and for the couple to begin the divorce proceedings. It seems Thomas Hughes, Mrs. Hughes, and the Hudson wing have all avoided further appearances in Butler County Times. Okay. Thomas Hughes, the man that you are. Let's search all of them. No, that was the only one. What about spider search? No? What if I search Susan Hughes? Come on. I feel like this game's not giving me anything. This is hard. No, when I went to the UK, I was still on time with all my medication and stuff, so my ribs feeling great. It's still like the smallest amount tender, like it feels a little bruised when I like stretch or whatever, but it doesn't hurt anymore, thank God. Infidelity. Thomas Hughes. Where else can I learn about Thomas Hughes? Grandorf Dove. Hudson wing. What if I search Hudson wing? No, same thing. Where did I find the thing that talked about Miss Ford? Was it here? Oh. Yes, Miss Ford. Miss Ford means she wasn't married yet. So Susan Ford's her maiden name. How do I track them down? Ugh. What if I search this whole title? Oh, yes! Yes! Oh my God! I searched the new name. Okay. Grandorf School for the Deaf has made a few odd appearances here and there in the Butler County Times since 1990. It's not too many that you can't look at all of them, and so after scrolling through a few pages, you manage to find something incredibly useful in an article that isn't even focused on the school itself. Local students provide key evidence in scientific study. The article from March of this year, 1999, mentions that the Ford sisters who attend public school in Butler County are one of Ford sisters. That the Ford sisters who attend public school in Butler County are one of only a handful of identical twins in the world. She had twins? So they must have gotten divorced. While she was pregnant, she went back to her maiden name, and then her kids have her maiden name. Miss Susie Ford! Guy Hudson, you were sucking and fucking. Sorry. Ford sisters who attended public school in Butler County are one of only a handful of identical twins. One of them has asthma. The other has a deadly allergy to peanuts. Their mother, a Miss Susie Ford, who is principal at the nearby Grandorf School for the Deaf, was originally contacted by researchers looking to identify if there were any sets of twins where one was born deaf and the other was not. While she didn't have any twins attending her school, she asked if her daughters, Melissa and Heather, okay, bitch. Okay, Susan Ford, husband Thomas Hughes, children Melissa and Heather Ford, 1 peanut allergy, 1 asthma. We're locking in. She says they couldn't be more different. My youngest, we all call her that even though it's only by about 15 minutes, is shy, but essentially hasn't stopped running from the moment she's learned to scamper. Asthma has kept her sister off the soccer field, but she's the definition of extrovert and is even performing in a local production of Is There Life After High School later this year. Say less, I'll be Googling that. This article includes a picture of the girls. Add it to your evidence. It seems like a high school in Butler County performed Is There Life After High School near the end of April 1999. The cast list mentions some names, including a Heather Ford. What about Spider Search? The keyword in that Butler County Times article was local. Oh, so this doesn't matter. Okay, photo. Look at them! Gee, I wonder which one has asthma. Twin on the left is holding an inhaler, and the twin on the right is holding an EpiPen. So who was the older one? Okay, my youngest, we all call her that even though it's only by about 15 minutes, is shy but hasn't stopped running from the moment she learned to scamper. Asthma has kept her sister off the soccer field. So the one with asthma is older. One with asthma is older than Peanut Girl. Asthma has kept her sister off the soccer field, but she's the definition of extrovert and is even performing in local production. Okay, so the one with the one with asthma is Heather. Heather, older. And Melissa, younger. Heather, older, asthma. Okay. So, that was 1982. He died in 1982. So this should be here. This should be the last one. And yes, this is it because her and Thomas Hughes got oh my God. I'm locking in. Don't talk to me, chat. She was teacher? Oh, it did say she was principal, didn't it? Okay, and then the one with the asthma was older. The one with the peanut allergy is younger. Older is Heather Ford, student. And then Melissa Ford. And she would also be a student because they're twins. Right? Melissa Ford, Heather Ford. From Oh, wait. That was 1982. Now it's 1999. So they might... Wait. Oh, no, because they were born in 1982. So now they're like 17. So now they're 17. So they should still be K-12. That's what an EpiPen looks like? It's huge. Oh my God, it's huge. Wait, so Susan Ford, she was the principal, right? Principal at the nearby Grandorf. Okay. March of this year, 1999, mentions that the Ford sisters who attended public school in Butler County are one of only a handful of identical twins in the world who suffer from 2 different genetic issues. She's even performing in a local production of Is There Life After High School later this year. Okay. Melissa and Heather could be useful, as it turns out they were. She says they couldn't be more different. My youngest is shy, but hasn't stopped running from the moment she learned to scamper. Asthma has kept her sister off the soccer field, but she's the definition of extrovert. So it was Heather that was performing. So Heather's older. No, shit. Yes. So this should be right. Can I search Susie Ford? Susie Ford. I'm trying to find a photo of her. I have one of those. They're like a solid size too. What's your allergy? That scares me. Those pens look huge. Ugh. Local students what if I search the study? Oh. No. What do you mean? That's how I found the thingy. Oh, you know what? I bet I was reading the research. How do I find a photo of her? Okay, hold on. You know what I just realized? I have 4 profiles and it's not clicking. Heather Ford, student K-12. Melissa Ford, student K-12. I have photos of both. Joanna Robertson, secretary. Mary Beth Quaker, musician. So what am I getting wrong? Because that should have locked in because I have 4. Are they college students? I feel like they're K-12. Are they tricking me and put her as pro athlete? Because she runs? Oh, dairy and egg? Ugh. Is it pro athlete and then like actor? No, I think they are. I think they're student. So what did I get wrong? Joanna Robertson. That should be her maiden name, isn't it? Joanna Robertson. Joanna Robertson. Joanna Robertson is no longer listed amongst the secretaries, but a Joanna Fellows has been added because she got married. So Joanna Robertson should be her maiden name? When did she leave? This is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. Did she just not leave? Oh, no. Joanna Fellows and Beth Knox are no longer employed by Roottreemania. Okay. Who are you and what are you doing now? No. Joanna Robertson. Oh, Joanna Fellows was mentioned briefly a few times around the time of her death. The first time was about the discovery of her body. The second time had some other details about the night she disappeared. It reiterates some things that were mentioned in the News Time article about her son. She was a single mother who worked at a video rental store. Oh, worked at a video rental store when she died. So, retail? Let's go! Yay! Now I'm gonna get new clues! Let's go. Woo! Okay, I need to see what I got wrong so that I can just remove it. He's back.
Sam
Look at this
reached out to
bald
me finally.
diva.
I think I have you to thank for that one.
We did it, Chad.
My family's in a bit of a rough patch. Even though the candy is selling better than ever, everyone is fighting over the trust. The majority of us want to dissolve it. On paper, it seems like the right decision. The arguments about what to do next are endless and heated. More than a few root trees are worried about losing their wealth.
Yeah, well, if your ancestors could have kept it in their pants, you wouldn't have to be worried about all this. If you didn't have the world's biggest whore in your family tree, you wouldn't have to be worrying about this.
I don't think we deserve it more than anyone else. I love my family, my wife, my daughters, even my son, who I hardly ever get to see.
He has a son now? I thought he only had 2 daughters when we filled out the family. Maybe he had another kid.
I want to keep them safe and secure. But I didn't do anything to deserve this fortune. Hell, I probably deserve it less than most. It took me way too long to get my life together. Okay, enough about me. Here's the deal. I can't stop the majority from voting one way or another. If you keep passing along potential root trees, I'll keep adding them to the list. On the other hand, there's been some leaps forward in genetics.
Can he just get in? Yeah, did you not know when you're bald, you have a master key to every house in your city? It's pretty sick.
It may sound like science fiction, but we can actually determine who's in the family just by testing their DNA.
It may sound like science fiction. Was DNA testing really that brand new in 1999? I thought that had been around for a while.
What you've done so far has been very useful. Just keep filling out the tree and we'll prepare for the tests.
All right. He didn't give me any new evidence? Well, that sucks. He just showed up at my door and said, keep going. Oh, it was still new. Okay. Let's take a stretch break here. I want to get up and stretch my legs and go pee. Okay, we're back. We're locked in. I'm ready. I'm ready to keep searching stuff. I'm really bummed they didn't give me a new piece of evidence. Let me first see if anything didn't lock in so I know it's wrong. Sterling Edison is still wrong. Who are you? Who are no! Sterling Edison. Mary Beth Quaker. Hold on. I need to figure this out. Mary Beth Quaker. Okay. For New Edison. Seems that New Edison Records and Modern Music Monthly had quite a lot of overlap. There are countless advertisements for various covers of popular songs. The owner, who went by Sterling Edison, said he'll likely create a new record company, but there's no evidence anywhere that he did. I thought it was him that she was with. Sterling Edison? Let me Google him. You also find a few references to New Edison and Mary Beth Clementine on sites about old records. One collector says that the Holy Grail is a re-release of the old Rugged Cross and says that the first edition was originally published before she legally changed her name. Another site claims that the police had to be called to New Edison Records after its owner, Sterling Edison, got in a physical altercation in public, leading to a divorce. There are no cited sources or evidence, and the site's content seems user-submitted. So maybe it wasn't a divorce with her? Mary Beth Clementine? Oh, in 1959, it surfaced that Mary Beth had been twice divorced, both times to her manager, Sterling. This ended her career with the religious audience she had been catering to, and while she performed occasionally since then, she mostly faded into obscurity. So why isn't Sterling Edison working here? Is that not his real name? Sterling Edison. Is it like a stage name? New Edison was a small record label based in LA that existed for a few years in the 40s. It was named after its founder, Sterling Edison. Its biggest claim to fame is being sued by the estate of Thomas Edison in Edison Records v. Edsel. Edsel. Edison Records v. Edsel. Edison Records was one of the first record labels named after Thomas Edison. The history of the company seems very unimportant, except for potentially a lawsuit they filed in 1949. A website about lawsuits mentions this is a fun case because the name of the lawsuit was actually the biggest problem for the person being sued. A record producer who called himself Edison was immediately outed as not actually being named Edison. Edsel was a German name, and at the time of the founding of the company, the U.S. was at war with Germany. The company's founder immediately settled to try and get the case to go away. So his last name is Edsel. Sterling Edsel. There we go. Okay, cool. I found you by accident and regretted it every day since. That's how everyone finds my stream, Ryan. You show up here, and then I lock the door, and I eat the key. I swallow the key. And there's just no getting out for you. Sorry. I'm really pissed I didn't get more evidence. Because usually when you get 4, they show up at your house and they're like, look what I found. And then you get more evidence. John Doe. Could I look more into Mark Clementine's kids? I feel like we tried this. Oh, one of them's Mary Clementine? Hold on. Mary Clementine. Ooh. No. Why are these people chronically online? This is so frustrating. You can't eat that many keys. I can and I have. How do you think I ended up this way? It's all the lead poisoning from eating all the fucking keys. Mark Clementine. What about Mark? Mark. We read all those. They hunted down Colleen Webb, Mark's ex-wife. According to the section with Colleen, she and he met when he worked for an airline. She worked in an airport newsstand. He was a drinker, would often have wild mood swings. He was charged with assault of a fellow pilot in 1975, lost his job. They divorced. The time she was pregnant with their second daughter, and she felt she needed to get out before things got worse. Okay, so her second daughter, can I still put unknown female? Ah, damn it. They used to let you put like unknown male, unknown female. Probably has a different last name. So Mary Clementine they had while they were married. This one's probably a Webb. Left him and moved to San Diego to live with her sister and told her oldest that her dad had to fly planes for the Army. She raised them both by herself, although she never went through the trouble of changing their... never went through the trouble of changing their names legally. They used the Webb name so that nobody would connect them to their ex-husband. Oh, they used the Webb name. Okay, so what about Mary Webb? Mary Webb? A Mary Webb in San Diego has a website called Webb on the Web. Apparently, it's a personal travel diary that also doubles as an advertisement for her travel agency. There are descriptions of Mary's services, including booking flights and cruises. Almost all of them involve extremely niche audiences. It seems Mary is the #1 agent when it comes to booking spiritual vacations aboard ghost ships and in specific hotel rooms that are said to be haunted. She also has a dedicated section for more traditional modern cruises that cater to specific groups such as fans of boy bands. I don't care. She's an icon. Dude, the mess is so good because fucking look at this fam. This man, these are all of his affairs. He was married to a woman named Patricia Jones. They never had any kids, but he sure did have 5 to potentially 7 kids with other secretaries. This man was sucking and fucking. The mess is so good. He took the harem route, but like without marriage. Do you remember the article where it's like Susan Ford told him she was pregnant and he didn't seem phased? And it's like, well, yeah, when you're on kid number 7, surely you wouldn't be phased. What the fuck? Surely you'd be like, add him to the list. Let my assistant know I got more kids to send money for Christmas. He was living that sucking and fucking life. I gotta stop saying that. She's so pretty. Okay, so this is Mary. She's apparently found a niche booking vacations for lovers of the strange and unknown. Photograph of Mary in front of an alleged ghost ship from the 1800s. It was lost at sea and turned up without any crew several years later. Nobody knows exactly what happened, but fans love to tour it and come up with their own paranormal theories. A company called Corporate Composition Photography is listed on the left. A photography business in San Diego. It seems to have been possible to hire them to take professional quality photos of for businesses of all sorts. I don't think my throat's gonna hit up much longer. As far as you can tell, it appears to no longer exist. The company is also mentioned on a photography website with some IRC chat logs. What is IRC? It seems like the site is the personal page of a member of an IRC photography channel. They have archives of logs they've been saving since 1993. I don't know how much longer my throat's gonna last. Sorry, chat room. One of them was from 1996 when Val, the former head photographer from Corporate Composition Photography, did a Q&A with their users about taking pictures for promotional materials and print ads. Most of the questions and answers are pretty technical. They not only seem irrelevant, but generally go over your head. One of the questions, however, mentions that Val was on the cover of Telephoto and asks about Iraq. The question was quickly shut down by the person running the Q&A, who said Val does not wish to answer any questions from his photojournalism days, nor does he wish to talk about LBP. Please keep this on. Iraq. This is from the Plated Loaf. This is from the Plated Loaf. Wait, Val? Val who? Fuck. Okay, we'll come back to that some other time. Right, so that was Mary Webb, but her name is still legally Mary Clementine. She's a travel agent. It says she's married and has a kid, and then has a little sister somewhere. No. She was allowed onto the ship on a port day in San Diego with a professional photographer she knows. Do we have any San Diego periodicals? I feel like a San Diego magazine is gonna come up eventually. With a photographer she knows. Val who? It's a man. I know I asked, what's IRC again? Kind of, internet relay chat. IRC chat log seems like the site is the personal page of a member of an IRC photography channel. They have archives of logs they've been saving since '93. The former head photographer. Val, Iraq. Dude. Coughs are the most annoying thing in the world. Truly, the most annoying. So I searched corporate composition photography, and this is all I get. But then periodicals, I search it, nothing comes up. San Diego. I want to find a San Diego periodical. San Diego magazine. What's ICQ? Stay still. ICQ. Oh, I'm sorry you guys are so old. That's not my fault. Okay? I'm sorry you're old. Webb on the web. Can I search Webb on the web, or is that what I'm reading? She talks about the trip she's personally taken and uses that on feature descriptions of amenities and excursions that ships offer, even when you're on them to see a specific band or a ghost. None of them specifically say, oh my God, excuse me, which... None of them say which, Wait, does Val show up here? Val. There is a Val. But what's his last name? Who old? You are. You're all old. Okay? The second someone's like, oh, Avery doesn't know how to use a floppy disk. Fine, you're old. Fine. You know what? Fine. Can I search Colleen again? I want to know who Val is. Corporate composition photography. (1996) Former head photographer. Mentions that Val was on the cover of Telephoto. Val was on the cover of Telephoto. Wait, Telephoto.
Thank you so much.
Is that a periodical?
For like 100 months. I'm like really, really stupid.
We fucking did it. No! Thank you for 102 months. Thank you so much. Well, you're a D-MILF hunter, so conflicting interest. Me? I am? Since when? Okay, we got a new periodical. This is perfect. Telephoto. Val? No, corporate company cunt museum. What is it called? Corporate composition photography. Come on. Iraq. Val, Iraq. Who made this search engine? Mentions that Val was on the cover of Telephoto and asked about Iraq. The question was quickly shut down by the person running the Q&A, who said Val does not wish to answer any questions from his photojournalism days, nor does he wish to talk about LBP. What is LBP? What is LBP? Oh, shit. When searching for LBP, you get a wide variety of results. LBP seems like it stands for Lebanese pound, lower back pain, lead-based paint, my favorite snack personally, Louisiana Board of Pharmacy, Long Beach Peninsula. Some businesses also have the acronym LBP. Your results include Lynch Building Plastics, Luxury Bridal Photography, Lexington Business Payroll, Lincoln Baby Photography, Laura's Bras and Panties, Logline Books and Publishing. So neither of these seem like photography you'd take in Iraq. Lead-based paint. Who's Nick Luxury? Located in Ireland, and its owner is named Nicholas. He goes by Nick Luxury. Okay, that wasn't it. What about Lincoln Baby Photography? Oh! Okay. Lincoln Baby Photography seems like a solid lead, as it mentions a Val, an award-winning photographer on the page. It's a business in Beacon, New York, and on the site, it has a picture of a baby and a camera captioned with Cam Lincoln reaching for his namesake. I guess he takes after his father. She must be married to Val, and that's their kid. That's their kid. This baby was born 40 years old. Can I say something really mean? That baby's ugly. Cam Lincoln. That baby's ugly. I'm sorry. Cam Lincoln? What did it say? Cam Lincoln. So that must be Val Lincoln? Val Lincoln. A non-occupation baby. Hello, Miss Pussy. Hi, Janelle. Hello, Miss Pussy. Ooh. So if I search Val Lincoln, will he come up? Or will he not because he doesn't have a thing? Telephoto. Val Lincoln. Yay! Val Lincoln was featured in Telephoto. The cover, which featured one of his photos, as well as portraits, portions of the article have been added to your evidence. Perfect. Into the Storm. Val Lincoln's War on War. Clementine? Is this the little sister? Ooh. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. Okay. Lock in. I have to read a whole novel to you guys right now. Telephoto is a photography magazine. This 1992 issue focuses on the photos of Val Lincoln, a photographer who went overseas during Desert Storm. He won the Sepia Award for photojournalism specifically for the photo on the cover. Val got his start in high school when he took a photography class because, in his own words, he couldn't decide what else to do and thought it would be the best career in the world to shoot for Playboy. Men are all the same. They're all the same. But he quickly found he had a knack for it and began to skip lunch in his free periods to spend more time in the darkroom. After graduating, he tried to pivot to landscape photography but didn't have any passion for it. I work much better when I'm trying to tell the story of a person or an object. He got lucky when a photographer mentor of his who was going overseas to cover the war decided to take a chance on him. Is it lucky if someone's like, hey, do you want to come with me to Iraq? Do you want to come with me to a war-torn area? Oh my God, y'all. On my plane from Paris back to the US last week, I got sat next to the most annoying fucking man that wouldn't stop talking to all the strangers around him about how he had just been to Israel. Every time he spoke, I just like rolled my eyes. Yeah. Like he was talking to a stranger who was like very well-meaning and I think was just like uneducated on what was going on. But he was like, oh wow, that's really brave. Isn't there like something going on or whatever? Which like, please educate yourself. But also he wasn't aware. And he was like, yeah, I had to bring a bomb vest with me. I had to bring a bomb vest with me. Then why go? Also, quick question. Can you fly into Palestine? You can't fly into Palestine, but you can fly into Israel. So something is feeling just a little not evenly weighted about this war. It's starting to maybe feel like maybe one side has more power than the other. Anyways, don't get me fucking started. He was like, he could not wait to tell everyone sitting around him that he had just been to Israel. Let's move on. Because if I start talking now, I won't stop. Most people wouldn't call it lucky to go on an active war zone for no pay, but he bought my plane tickets, all my meals, and even pulled some strings so we could rush my passport. For someone that had never had a real job or even left California, it was a hell of a break. Val was only 19 at the time and shot the photo that won him an award the third night he was there. Lisa Clementine! So that's how he met Mary. The photo depicts Lisa Clementine, who lost an arm in Operation Desert Sabre? According to the article, women were not subject to direct combat, and Lisa was in a vehicle at the time. The vehicle had to pull over suddenly when the road ahead was partially destroyed, and she and a fellow soldier were severely injured by a landmine. Val says, I ran into Lisa just after her surgery and took this picture. Then, until she shipped out, I kept finding excuses to go back and take more pictures of her. I guess it was fate because that's the photo that won me an award, got me into your magazine, and also led to my engagement. Just earlier this week, she agreed to become Mrs. Clementine. Oh. So is Mary the younger one? And she's the older one that had the baby. Oh, okay. So, Mary Clementine, travel agent. And then this is Lisa Clementine, Soldier? What would you... Military. Val Lincoln. Okay. So I need one more profile to lock in, I think. Another 4. But I don't know where to go from here. This is really hard. I don't know where to go from here because I want to get Beth Knox's information, but I have none. So Susan Ford, I still never found a photo of her. Once you verify this person, you'll be able to add bonus photos. Susan Ford. Beth Knox. I don't hear a knock at the door. You guys are so funny. So funny. Susie Ford? Grandorf School for the Deaf. Where would I find a photo of her? It could be connected to her kids, right? Heather Ford, Melissa Ford. Maybe if I Google them, I'll find a photo of them together. Melissa Ford? Heather Ford. It's their life after high school. Right, okay. Never mind. Grandorf. Oh, what was it called? Grandorf Dove? What if I search Susan Hughes? Did I do that already? Can these people be more online? I know Facebook wasn't invented yet, but come on. This was before we knew the ramifications of being so online. And you're telling me there's nothing? Was it Grandorf School for the Deaf? Ford sisters. Their mother, a Miss Susie Ford, who is principal. No, what if I search this? No. Okay. Because you'd think if she was principal, there'd be like an employee photo of her. What about periodicals? No. Oh my God. Take a selfie! God damn it. Take a fucking selfie. Selfie. I thought she might be in telephoto. I think you might have... Oh. Is there a picture I haven't looked at? Hold on. Let me go through all the photos. Just didn't have anything. These are my photos. Is she the bread? Is she the bread? These don't count as photos, right? No, they don't because they're blurred. I don't think I have it. Unless it's her. No, that doesn't work either. I don't have it. I'm trying though, because she would be the last one I need to lock in. Susan Ford. Thomas Hughes. Crime article. I love this music. I need to smoke. I need to hit a pipe. I need to sit back in a leather armchair and hit a pipe and be like, things haven't been the same since Mrs. Hughes died. Who knew lead paint could kill a woman? Hudson Wing. Could I search more about Hudson Wing? Oh, Jesus Christ. Give me a fucking photo! Ah! Staff is listed on the website, so where's their fucking photo? Staff is listed on the website. You scan through all of the biographies and find that the principal, Miss Ford, is fluent in 5 languages, including ASL. She has been working at the school for over 15 years. Miss Ford's bio also mentions she's not deaf herself, but rather learned sign language to communicate with the deaf. What if I just Google American Sign Language? Google Danish. I'm really pushing it. Oh no, Kyan. Moobot got you. Where's MissHudges.net? Close enough. Close enough. What else could I search to find her? I searched the play. I searched both of her kids. I searched her ex-husband. Principal. Yearbook. Oh my God. Okay. Zoe, are you here? Because I gotta leave soon to go to the library. Zoe, if you're here, would you be able to give me a little nudge to find Susan's photo? Because I gotta go pretty soon to go to the library, and I want to eat lunch before I go. It is like a Ouija board. It's like, Susan Hughes, if you can hear me, can you fucking tell me the answer? Susan Hughes, can you hear me? Not even a yearbook. You won't find her directly. There are new photos to add to the original tree. There are new wait, what? Hi, Shuni. There are new photos to add to the original tree. That I have right now? The original tree. Okay. Oh, Chris Rafferty was his son. That's right. Okay. Chris Rafferty? Clark Rafferty. Chris Rafferty. We read this one. Yeah, we just read this one. We just read this one too. What if I search his wife? Luisa Garcia? Would she be Luisa Rafferty? Dude. Does anyone else need another photo, or is it just them? Oh, Zach Morden needs one. Interesting. Oh, it's an old one. Jesus. Do you remember how you found Chris in the last guy? No. 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 Oh wait, he had the puzzles for his cousin or whatever. He did the puzzles. He did the Pix Pop puzzles, right? Right. That was him? Yeah. But I don't remember how that came up. I don't remember. I just Google people and hope for the best. That's it. I need to eat lunch and go to the library, but I want to get one more. I want to get one more. I'm starting to think the library has the answer too, but in this one, you have to search them both. You can't just search author name, you have to search both author name and title. Oh, Root Tree Curse? Oh, this is a newer one. Okay. Jesus. What is bro yapping about? Guy's not dead theory? Okay, never mind. I'm interested. During your initial search, you came across Thomas Overwood's conspiracy page about the root trees. 8 months later, the page still exists and is thriving. The visitor counter has reached 7 digits. Many older articles have been replaced. It seems that the recent uprising in root tree news has left Thomas Overwood with a constant stream of events to base new theories on. I'm just going to tell you now, I never would have Googled this. I never would have Googled this. More than one of his theories involve root tree deaths being faked. According to Overwood, statistically, when you have this many high-profile people who have died in a family, the odds are that one of them faked their death. It's just math. I see Overwood is familiar with girl math. This newfound focus on death faking seems to coincide with a post mentioning that he's begun believing the guy's not dead theory. In his own words, my eyes have been opened. All of this is beginning to make too much sense. What's that quote from, was it Hank Green, where he says everything's a conspiracy when you don't know how anything works? One of his posts details the belief that Ron Roottree is still in charge, Gwyn Roottree's death was faked, and that Clark is only there to throw people off. Apparently, this allowed Ron to travel to France to develop their new candy recipe in secret. Another is about the rapper 5Ps. He can't possibly be a Roottree. One of his first album songs, when he was performing under the devil name, actually mentioned that he wanted to have sex with Raina. We could have just cut that part out. Not even Sam Matson is spared. According to Overwood, the author of 6 Pieces isn't real. Sam Matson is an anagram for Am Madness. No one's listening to the truth. Open your eyes, sheeple. They're purposely leaving hints for us. He claims that by using 6 Pieces with Lauren Roottree's book as a one-time pad, he has begun to decrypt a cipher. Most of the cipher has seemed meaningless, but he managed to pick out the words people and vastness and is working on figuring out what it means. Working hard. There's also a request at the bottom. Next year, 2000, is a leap year, and Overwood is looking for funds and volunteers to catch the Roottrees red-handed in Operation RT-29. I gotta figure out what the fuck Operation RT-29 is. He specifically mentions not to volunteer if you've ever drunk Spirit Cola, but doesn't go into why. Oh, this was about the thing that's in candy? And then the Roottree company came out and was like, yeah, that's sugar or something. They were like, they're putting chemicals in the candy. And the Roottrees were like, that's fucking sugar or something. What was it? Was it Spirit Spirit Cola? No. What about Thomas Overwood? No, it's the same page. Guy's Not Dead theory. I need to hear about this. Yes! The Guy's Not Dead conspiracy stems from a website that focuses on clues that the Rootrees have supposedly hid all over the place. Like a hidden Mickey. It's like a hidden Mickey. In television commercials, in their jingles, etc. The story, according to the website, is that Guy Hudson was a terrible president of the Rootree Company, true, and introduced multiple failed products. Something needed to be done that would put the company immediately and instantly back in the favor of consumers, so they killed off Guy Hudson and replaced him with the new president. They killed him off. Like it's a show. This move immediately garnered sympathy, and the company recovered the next year more popular than ever. Next president stayed much further out of the limelight. Some people even theorize he was simply Guy Hudson in an elaborate disguise. This is literally when Trump people are like during Biden's administration being like, well, Trump's still president in secret. Trump's still president in secret, actually, but then would complain about the policies. The people who run this site are asking for help. They're certain that there's a clue to all of this that accidentally leaked in a banned article from the magazine Piketty. Cicely Sanchez! How come this page didn't come up when I searched Cicely Sanchez? 4 photos? Oh my God. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Photos the first from a magazine interview with Cicely Sanchez and Piketty. That's Zach Morton. That's our favorite whore, Guy Hudson. That must be a secretary at the time. You managed to find it online. Piketty does not label its individual photos. Both photos were instead under the shared label. Cicely was provided these photos. Okay. That's Zach, right? And then that's... Who are these people? Who's that? Who are you? He's so gross. I'm sorry. I'm about to hit you with the to be continued. This photo is the first from a magazine interview with Cicely Sanchez and Piketty. The issue of Piketty magazine that it came from was pulled from the shelves, but you managed to find it online. Piketty does not label its individual photos. Both photos were instead under the shared label. Cicely was provided these photos by the Rootree Company. It doesn't say what year it was, though. There is a Christmas tree. So there was a Christmas party. What year was the Christmas party? Okay. Christmas tree bash, 1978. Christmas tree batch again in 1980 and 1981. So how are you supposed to figure out who these people are? Don't I only have one left, actually? Bitch, who are you? Okay. I was thinking this is, where's the guy? I was thinking the guy is Thomas Hughes. Wait, so isn't that Zach Morton? Yes, this is Zach Morton. But the man needs to have his own photo. So I wonder if it's this guy. And then this is her. But who are they? Because this was 1982. This could have been the 1980 Christmas tree bash. Because this is the only one with a spouse that has a photo attached to it. The others don't. This one doesn't. This one doesn't. This one doesn't. Okay. So whoever this bitch is. Whoever this bitch is. But who's the fucking other girl? This girl? Who's she? Who's she? So, okay. So they're shaking hands. So this must be when they switched over. Or maybe when they agreed? Susan Ford was not working here at the time. So this has to be related to anonymom. Susie something. Ooh, hold on. He was the president, right? Do you know why he never released it himself? If I had to guess, his family very wisely put a stop to it. Mid-1981, months after I had already moved on, he called me back and showed me a final draft. Do you know how expensive it is to publish one copy of a book? It had my name on it in big, shiny, embossed letters. Like all problems in his life, throwing money at me was his attempt to win me back. But it had half the page count and the narrative was torn to bits. No thanks. The dinner was good. Imported steak. Hi, Vixella. Hello, Sasha. I'm actually ending in a few minutes, so we'll double rate someone. But thank you so much. We're playing, I don't know if y'all have heard of The Root Trees Are Dead. It's a genealogy puzzle where you have to fill out this whole like family tree. And I beat the main game. So now we're doing like the free update where it's basically you're trying to find out, this is like the main family, but some of them had affairs and secret love children. So you're trying to put together who had secret love children. This, let me tell you, this family were whores. This one man has 5 to 7 illegitimate children. These people were whores. Your hair's eating, thank you. I showered and washed it this morning. Not trying to brag, but I did shower this morning. Thank you so much. My friend Sasha plays a lot of cozy games, lots of Sims. I love her so much. She's such an angel. I'm so excited for you to move. Moving to a place where all your friends are is life-changing. It really is. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to hear all about the move. If I can help you at all, let me know. Florida era? I know, dude. I know. Another minutes since Avery has last talked about politics, 0. Another voter in Florida. Thank God. She's in the trenches. She's in the trenches. Okay, so let me finish reading this. No thanks, the dinner was good. Imported steak that likely cost as much as a month of my mortgage, and we all got pretty drunk. He sent his mistress, Susie something, into the bathroom to proposition me, poor girl. I remember her from our trips overseas. She was too good for him. Anyway, he died soon after, and this was the last it ever came up. Susie something. Remember her from the trips. Okay, this is gonna have to wait for next week. I really wanted to get this last one. This is exactly what happened last time, where I only had one profile left and I really wanted to get it and I just couldn't. I don't think I have the photos yet. Because I have these 3 and then this one. Although, is Lisa Clementine still in the military or did she leave? Hold on, let's search Lisa Clementine. What about Lisa Lincoln? Oh, okay. After returning from Desert Storm, she earned her degree and relocated to West Point to teach a few years. So she's a teacher. Wait. Professor? Is she a professor? Let's go! Let's go! We did it! Right before ending. We got Sterling Etzel finally. Thank God. Oh, we did it. We did it. So Susan Ford was in the background. She's so pretty. Oh, not coming to knock at the door. Okay. Perfect place to end. Perfect place to end for the day. We got some shit done. I'm very proud of us. We got some shit done today. I love this game. I don't want it to be over. I do not want this to be over. I'm enjoying it so much. It's so fun, dude. Like, finding a good puzzle game that you're not used to, like genealogy, is so sick. It's the best. Yeah, it's the best. We still have a lot to try. I know. We still have so much more to go, but it's like, I don't want it to be over. It's so fun. Yes, we'll keep playing it next week. So that'll be a good time. We definitely won't beat it next week because it takes me forever to find these profiles. So it'll be a minute, but we'll play more next week. This weekend I'm playing Just Dance. Finally back to dancing. I'm so excited. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today.